I didn't see no tree, I didn't see anything.
Leicestershire police are continuing to question 4 people as part of a murder investigation.
This was not just a car crash.
The Big Cases, Deadly Influence. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
Lots of people will know me as Linda Carter in EastEnders.
And actually, why on earth would you tell him?
What, you made it sound like he wouldn't care.
I have wanted to make a documentary about special educational needs for a really long time. I have a son. He is autistic, he has ADHD, and he's dyslexic. To try and get the support that you need, you have to fight every step of the way.
It has been 8 months of such hard work and perseverance and fighting.
I hear from lots and lots of families about how the system is broken, how things need to change. And so I want to shine a light on it. I want to speak to families who are struggling.
I want you to try putting school uniform on, please.
Not getting breath.
All I want is what's best for my child.
We are going to be looking at the process around getting support for your child if they have special educational needs.
It just affects you physically as well as mentally. It's draining in every way imaginable.
Draining. That's all I got for you.
They ask you to jump through so many hoops.
We are fighting against the local authority because we're fighting for our daughter.
It's not a surprise, but it's just like a bit of a kick in the teeth.
I'm very fortunate to be in a position because of my job where I do have a voice, I have a platform, and I want to use it.
Hey!
Hello. So exciting. Come on down. Welcome to the marina.
So nice to meet you.
This way.
Oh,
onwards.
wow.
To the inferno.
To your boat.
Yes.
Your boat, how cool.
It's definitely not cool. It's extremely hot in there.
I'm in London, and I'm here to meet Buddy and his mum, Tunde. Hello. Hi, Buddy.
Hey.
Love it, love it. I'm the perfect size for a boat. Small.
Well, I don't know. This one is still a little bit too
Well,
low down.
that's all right. That's all right. I think it is much harder if you're taller. Today's a school day, but not for 15-year-old Buddy. He's not been able to go to school since October last year. Is there anything about school that you miss? It's okay if there isn't, by the way.
Not really. No. Maybe messing around with my friends a little bit.
Okay. Friends.
It was fun to wind them up.
Oh, okay. Buddy's autistic. That means his brain experiences and reacts to the world in a different way from many people's. He struggles with meeting people his own age, understanding his emotions, and anxiety. Would you mind showing me some of your toys?
Of course I would. Wait. All right, hold on.
You want to go and get them and bring them back?
Yeah, they're all in my room. Hold on. Hold
Okay.
on.
Oh, you are in for a treat.
Am I?
Yeah.
Is he going to get them all?
I think so.
Hold on. Whoa.
Wow, you got them all.
Yeah.
What's that?
Reindeer dog.
Oh,
He's the one that
reindeer.
I've owned for the longest.
Does Reindeer Dog go with you wherever you go?
Yeah, most of the time. Unless it's like a pool, because then he'll get wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
What
We can't
would
take him in the water with
You
us.
can't, no, absolutely not. Why do you like to have him with you?
Sort of become a habit of routine, maybe. A little bit of anxiety relief, I guess occasionally too.
Yeah? Does
Yeah.
he make you feel like sort of better or?
Yeah, most of the time.
Did you do this?
Yeah, couple of drum loops.
It's really good.
Yeah, I know.
You
Everybody
know, of
likes
course
it.
you know. My son, he likes to listen to music that it's got like a strong beat, quite fast. He says it's like what he hears in his brain all the time. It's a bit like that in there. Is it like?
Okay, all right, yeah, I get that. All right, yeah, okay.
Is it like that in yours sometimes?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Buddy's autism means he needs support at school to help him learn and make friends.
How do you talk to people when you don't really understand them, you know? How do you make them understand you when you don't really express yourself in ways that are familiar to them?
Tunde and Buddy used to live in Scotland, where he was in mainstream education. But he found his comprehensive school a struggle at times, and his mum says he had problems with other students.
Mercilessly bullied by everybody.
Did the school do anything about the bullying?
They said that they had. They said they talked to the people who were responsible, but every time they spoke to one group, another group would take over. Yeah.
Last October, Tunde moved them to London to be closer to her family, but Buddy hasn't been to school since then. She wants him to go to a school that offers extra help to children who can't cope in mainstream education.
I wrote to the local authority and said, we've moved here, I have a 14-year-old, he needs a school. They were like, just apply for the mainstreams. So I applied for, I think it was 11 mainstream schools in the area, 2 out of the borough, and maybe 4 got back to me.
She says the schools that responded told her they were full, or they couldn't offer Buddy the extra support he needs without funding. Since then, the council's arranged lessons for him in a library for 19 hours a week.
What are you most afraid of if Buddy doesn't get the support he needs?
Mostly it's that he'll just be at home again for another year. It's all about the social interaction for me.
No, I'm not going to school, Mummy. Leave.
Leave? What's happening today?
Stay at home. I want to be alone.
In Dorset, it's also a school day for 6-year-old Etta. Or maybe not.
Dad, leave.
What about school today?
I'm not going to school. Don't want to go. You're not going.
Why?
I don't want to. I'm too sleepy. Just go.
I don't think she's in a very good place today. Kind of emotionally, mentally.
Now go.
Etta's also autistic, but it affects her in a different way from Buddy.
Most days start with Etta telling me that she is not going to school. So it's up to me to negotiate what happens after that point.
This behaviour is not just the tantrum of a 6-year-old. Part of Etta's autism means she gets very anxious when she's told what to do. So she avoids demands at all costs.
One of you?
Go.
Okay. Etta's paediatrician has diagnosed her with autism with a demand avoidant profile. Each part of a routine is a demand, and so her whole body is saying, oh, I can't do that. It's not, I won't, it's I can't. I want you to try putting school uniform on, please.
Nope.
Okay, you can wear home clothes to school.
No, I'm not going to school, Mummy.
She used to run out of our house to avoid going to school, and that was absolutely terrifying.
I just don't like talking about school, okay?
If you were to try to force her, she'd go into a meltdown. Whether we're staying at home or going to school, we need to do getting up first.
That was happening. Maybe cats aren't
going
today's
to
animal
school.
either.
No, listen to Mummy first. Stop. Listen. Listen. Listen first.
Etta's also been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. It makes it hard for her to keep still and keep quiet. And sometimes she's awake at 4 in the morning. Last school year, Etta only made it in around 70% of the time and was often late when she did.
Don't feel right today about school, remember? But I feel like I have to go to school. 'Cause I do. Guys, we are going to school.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a change. Right, we're sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Today, Etta arrives more than an hour late, and it's taken 3 hours to get her ready. And if it's hard for Etta to get to school, that's nothing compared with how she finds it when she's there.
School for Etta is hard. It feels like somewhere that I send her and she comes home with more anxiety. I think there are aspects of the learning that she struggles with a little bit. There are aspects of the relationships and friendships she struggles with. There are aspects of just uncertainties of her day because she doesn't have control of these things. I think it actually does come back to this control thing.
Etta's getting help from school with her ADHD and special lessons about managing her autism and emotions. Etta's mum, Heather, says the school can't afford to do any more beyond that.
The school have supported us so much and supported her so much, but they have reached the end of what they are able to put in place for her. I am so drained by it because it is relentless and it feels like it's just never going to stop. Start from this way.
Yeah.
Ready?
Whoa.
I so often feel like I'm forcing her to do things when she's telling me that it's too much for her and I don't know what's right to do. And I want to do the right thing for everybody and I don't know what that is. It's hard. It's really hard. All I want is what's best for my child.
It should also be a school day for 12-year-old Caris, but she's not made it in for almost 6 months.
Not often you go silent in front of your mum. I love you.
Okay. I think you'll feel better once we just kind of get going.
Like Buddy and Etta, Caris is autistic. She also struggles with a condition called selective mutism, also known as situational mutism.
Our body can respond in many ways to anxiety, and for Caris that first looks like not being able to speak. That's what situational mutism is.
Today, Caris is doing her regular maths lesson with her mum, Vicky. We asked to film it, but Caris doesn't seem comfortable.
There are some times when it's just too much. And what, if it's all right with you, Joseph might just stand there and just film me having a chat to you on the sofa, a bit like what we've been doing. No.
Caris got very anxious. She went into a freeze response, which meant she just shut down. She couldn't speak. She couldn't really engage. So the filming that we planned didn't happen.
We're now approaching Scarborough, where this service terminates.
I'm going to see if Caris can have a chat with me. After discussing it with her parents, she's agreed to try.
Hi, Vicky, Caris. Hi, Kelly. Oh, nice to meet you. Welcome. Come in.
I have brought some things with me today because I know you like making things and I really like making things. I love doing all sorts of things with wool. So we're going to make some pom-poms. I'm going to ask you some questions, Caris, basically, and if you don't want to answer anything, you don't have to. I know that in certain situations, you have something called situational mutism. Is it something that you feel like you can't control? Does it just happen?
Yeah.
It just happens.
Well, when I was at primary school in the register, I wasn't able to speak in the register.
Okay.
And like in class, usually. Like if the teacher was asking questions to the whole class, like, I wouldn't be able to answer because, so, because it was like in front of like the whole class. I was struggling with that.
Yeah. I understand. I can understand that. How's that pom-pom coming along? Oh, look. That's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
When Caris started at the local comprehensive school last year, she hadn't been diagnosed with autism, but she was already getting some extra help. She seemed to be doing well, but in December, things fell apart.
She was on the stairs, inconsolable, couldn't get up, couldn't stop crying. It was to us, it looked like a complete emotional breakdown. It was very traumatic.
Were you scared?
I was, well, as a mother, seeing your child like that, it is terrifying, and it's confusing, and you think, well, what have I done wrong?
Caris was diagnosed as autistic 3 months later.
Now we understand what was happening. She was doing this thing called autistic masking, where you just try to fit in, you try to pretend you're not autistic. It's often, subconscious. I don't think she was consciously doing it, but it's a survival mechanism for children often to fit into a system that is actually not working for them. She had what's called an autistic burnout.
Caris's dad, Lee, is a senior pastor in a church, and Vicky helps to run the services. For 3 years, they've been asking North Yorkshire Council for extra help so Caris could cope better at school.
We thought, surely you need to look ahead at what's coming and be preventative, put things in place that will help support her. I still remember when Caris was struggling to go back into school, and I'd seen her so anxious, I'd seen what it was doing to her, and I said to myself internally, was that worth it?
All the children I'm meeting in this film have special educational needs and disabilities, also known as SEND. SEND is a very broad group. It's not just autistic children. It includes people who struggle with speech and language, have ADHD, and physical disabilities, among other conditions.
Special educational needs is a really broad term because it's talking about a highly diverse bunch of kids, all with very different needs in mainstream schools. The system just isn't geared up for that at all. It's really rigid.
I'm focusing on autistic children because more and more parents are asking their councils for help with their education. Schools in England already support children with SEND, but if parents think their child needs more help, they can make an application to their local authority. And it's something I know a lot about.
Okay, let's talk about education, health and care plans, or EHCPs. You're going to hear a lot about them in this film. Me and my husband spent hours and hours sorting out the paperwork to apply for our son's EHCP. Now, it's a really important document because, 1, it states the school that your child is meant to go to, and 2, it says what extra support they should get. Now, just like we were, many families are desperate to get one because it's legally binding. But getting one isn't always straightforward.
Phone, glasses.
Good guys. Oh, okay. Alright, cool.
Moisturised. Use the orange. Where's the head thing?
Head thing? Oh. No, yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know where.
All right, never mind. You look beautiful anyway.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Have you ever seen such a beautiful baby? Oh.
Right.
Tunde and Buddy are applying for an EHCP. Today, he's got an assessment. It's his second in 5 days.
There's not enough time for anything. That's how I feel about it. There is not enough time. I can't fit it around work. The appointments come thick and fast and at very short notice. And yeah, it's a head freak. Where's your backpack?
Oh.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Bye.
It's the second time Tunde and Buddy have tried to get an EHCP since they moved to London. First time round, Southwark Council rejected them without assessing Buddy. Around a quarter of applications are turned down before the assessment stage.
How does it make you feel doing all of these assessments?
Draining. Yeah. That's all I got for you.
Tunde says when they lived in Scotland, she didn't have to apply for the equivalent of an EHCP. The comprehensive school there organised some support focused on his learning.
How did it feel knowing that you couldn't just get him the support that he'd had at the school in Scotland?
It was a madness. I gotta say, like, it's so weird. It just feels like it was so easily done. And it could be easily done again.
Tunde says applying for the EHCP has taken up so much of her time that for now she's had to give up her job as a midwife.
It was all too much, Kelly, and I gave up. I was like, I can't like do the parenting. I can't get him to these appointments and work at the same time. I couldn't get my son seen in the right amount of time and see other people's babies in the right amount of time. And it was a toss-up, and my son won.
I am in Dorset this morning, and I am here to meet Etta and her mum, Heather. Hello.
Good morning.
Thank you so much, thank you.
Etta's hiding upstairs.
Oh, no problem. She's getting dressed.
Etta's family's a bit further along the EHCP process. She's already been assessed.
It's been long. Just filling in the paperwork at the beginning before sending it away, it took ages. There are so many pages of information that they want from you. I mean, it's insane.
You've told me lots about how great Etta's school is, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, okay? But why then are you pursuing an EHCP?
The EHCP would potentially, hopefully, provide some extra funding to give Etta additional support at school.
Okay.
That is going to be essential for her actually just to attend, first of all, please, please, and then to thrive.
Could I maybe brush your hair? Would you let me? Would you let me or not?
I like.
It's okay.
I'm the master at the fringe.
Okay, you do the fringe, and then maybe I could do a bit at the back.
Heather's also given up her job. She used to be a teacher. Now she spends her time looking after Etta.
The personal impact for me is that I feel very tied to my daughter, my home, and of course I want to do everything I can for her.
What do you need? Tell me.
None of my life anymore is about what I need or want. There's so little I can do for myself now.
More than half of parents of autistic children have had to take time off work to support their child. An EHCP that gives Etta more help at school might mean Heather can go back to work.
The person you are trying to reach is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone.
I would love it if you could let me know today what that outcome was. Whenever I've tried to contact our provision lead for the full process, I've had no response. It's infuriating because that's the person that's putting together all of our paperwork. I appreciate they're very busy people. They've got many, many HCPs to get through, but it does feel like us and them.
Today, got an email to open from the local authority. It feels like a big day today. Emotions are running quite high.
Caris's family have been trying to get an EHCP from their council for 3 years. Their first application was turned down after Caris was assessed. Their second has taken almost 2 years, but it's now been accepted by the council. There's still one thing to be settled.
The crucial thing today will be the local authority will name a school for Caris. And the big question and the big bit that makes me a bit nervous is which school will they name? Will they name Caris's current school, the mainstream school, which she can't attend? She's not attended for 5 months.
Caris hasn't been at school full-time after she had a burnout in December. The EHCP will say if she goes back there.
So in section I, they have named the provision and they have named mainstream provision. So they've named the school that she can't attend. They've named the school that she had an autistic burnout going to. They've named the school that say they can't meet her need, which none of this is a surprise, but it's all just hugely disappointing because now we have to appeal, and yeah, so it's just more fighting. So this is not a surprise, but it's just like a bit of a kick in the teeth. So yeah, that's what it says.
Disputes between parents and councils can be resolved in mediation or at a tribunal. Caris's family tried both before she got an EHCP. 99% of cases in England that reach tribunal are won by families.
I think there's a deliberate policy of fatigue so that they know that not every parent will come back for appeal, so they lose some. So now we are fighting against the local authority because we were fighting for our daughter, but in battles, people get hurt. So that deliberate, and I think it is a deliberate policy of fatigue, is hurting children, families, and parents. And it's got to be better than that. I just think it's got to be better than that.
North Yorkshire Council says it doesn't comment on individual cases, but it's dedicated to working with parents, school leaders and all partners to meet the special educational needs of children and young people. It says it's seeing continued rising demand, but despite this, it's making improvements to the speed that EHCP applications are processed and completed, with almost 80% of plans issued within 20 weeks. When my husband and I tried to get an EHCP for our son, we also ended up heading for a tribunal, because the council refused to assess him.
I have to say that left me feeling really angry. And then I felt frustrated, and then I felt like I was letting my son down. We sent everything off. I suddenly got an email from my local authority saying, "We've agreed to assess your son." And it was such a huge moment. It's the moment that I actually filmed myself talking about it.
I wouldn't normally put such a personal message on Instagram, but I have just received an email to say that they have agreed to assess my son. It has been 8 months of such hard work and perseverance and fighting to get to this point.
I think one of the main things is that as a parent, you feel completely and utterly powerless. Powerless to move things forward, powerless to help your child. And because of that, it's an extremely frustrating system to have to work with.
When parents apply for an EHCP, they may not know what's going on inside their local council. So I want to know what it looks like from a council's perspective. West Sussex was one of the few prepared to talk to me on camera.
The current system is actually very adversarial. Our parents are increasingly tired and anxious and fed up of fighting. Sickness levels are really, really high at the moment. The current system doesn't work. It is broken. It's not delivering the best outcomes for children.
What is the overall level of need that you're seeing now compared with the past?
We have seen the demand for education, health and care plans outstrip SEND funding. So how that looks in West Sussex is that in 2015, we had something like 3,423 children with an education, health and care plan. Today, that figure is in excess of 10,000.
It's the same story across England. The number of children and young people with EHCPs has increased by 80% in the last 6 years. That's partly because parents and schools have got better at identifying children who have special educational needs, especially autism.
People being diagnosed with autism has massively increased over the last 20, 30 years. Research that has been done suggests that it's a case of better identifying people who are autistic, not that more people are autistic. That means quite naturally you've got more people coming forward saying, I need some help and I think I might be autistic.
Schools should provide general support for special educational needs from the funding they get from central government. The amount of money they're expected to spend on each SEND pupil has stayed the same since 2013, while costs have gone up by more than 40%. As a result, more families are turning to EHCPs to get extra support at school. And councils are picking up the bill.
How under pressure is the council financially?
Massive, under massive pressure. Year on year, the demand has increased to the extent now that in 24-25 year end, that deficit sits at £123.2 million. And that is money that is really essentially meant to be for local services, which would have ordinarily gone to repair your roads and other local services. The current position is not sustainable.
I've just come out of my meeting with Jackie. One of the things I thought was really interesting is the fact that Jackie said the system is broken. It's not just parents saying it, it's coming from the local authority as well. And for her, that's all about the enormous deficit that her local authority, West Sussex, are facing. It's already at over 100 million. And that is colossal. That doesn't work for anybody.
Councils can't keep up with demand. Many run specialist schools for SEND children. But despite an increase in the number of places, there still aren't enough. In Scarborough, Vicky and Lee wish there were more options for Caris.
Where we live, we have mainstream school. We have, at the other end, special school. We don't have anything in the middle. We don't have anything for the in-betweeners, the children like Caris that are too special for mainstream, but not special enough for a special school. There's this gap.
Vicky and Lee looked into an independent school that charges almost £15,000 a year. They asked the council, which has forecast a SEND deficit of around 24 million, to pay the fees.
There was a time when you asked for funding for an independent school for Caris. How do you feel about asking the local authority to fund that?
The option of mainstream school isn't open to us at the moment, so we are picking up the pieces now. And picking up those pieces is not cheap emotionally, and it's not cheap financially. But if she'd have had the support in the first place, perhaps we wouldn't be in this situation.
We're not naive. We know that there are limited resources all over the place. But we do know that in life you find money for what you think is valuable.
Caris's autism means she's sensitive to sounds and smells, making school especially hard. She doesn't find it easy to talk about, but she's agreed to let us film while she discusses it with her dad.
You remember back at that mainstream school, what are some of the things you found really hard?
Well, the busyness and noisiness of it, because in some of the classrooms, so they would do like a loud alarm, like a fire alarm, for a few seconds to let us know, so that the classroom changing, so the bell. That was really loud, so there wouldn't be time to put my earplugs in.
Caris tried a few taster days at the independent school, but couldn't manage there either.
But you want to find the places where you can thrive.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think when it didn't work? Did you think you were disappointed or not?
Kind of.
Kind of?
I thought you guys would be a little bit disappointed that it wouldn't work out.
That stressed you then even more? Yeah. Do you think we're disappointed it didn't work? No. We love you.
What do we do? Oi!
Oh.
Hello. Nice to see you again. Come on in out the rain.
Todd, you must
Hello.
be.
Yes.
Hello. Nice to
Nice
meet
to
you,
meet you.
Kelly.
Hiya.
Thank you for having me.
That's all right.
Come on through.
Big news in Dorset. The council's agreed to provide extra support for Etta. Her parents have been sent a draft EHCP. This is the stage before a final plan is agreed.
Where are you at with it?
It doesn't feel like it's remotely suitable, and so the next step is then getting it suitable.
Hello, here she is.
Hello.
You're hungry? Okay, we'll get you something.
No.
Yeah. What would you like?
Tasty, mother.
Do you want some apple boats? Apple boats? Is that a yes or a no?
Heather and Todd have got a few weeks to suggest changes to the draft EHCP. They want Etta to stay at her mainstream school while getting more help making friends and managing her anxiety. They're worried the current plan puts too much responsibility on her teachers.
They're suggesting an awful lot of provision, but mostly support provided by the teaching staff. I think we would really like Etta to be accessing some therapy of some sort.
It feels like another battle, to be honest. Having fought to get it in the first place and then waited and waited and waited, and then you receive it, you read through it, and you think, right, well, there's things we've got to fight for again. It's one step forward and 4 or 5 steps back.
Dorset Council says it's committed to putting the best interests of children, young people and families first. And it will continue working with the family to ensure the most suitable education setting can be provided. It's not unusual for parents to find there's more to do after they get an EHCP.
Even once parents have secured an EHC plan that they are happy with, they often find themselves having to check up on each and every part of it. People might face a pushback from the local authorities, say, to be like, what can we step back? What support can we start to row back now? It puts parents in a situation where, understandably, they feel like they're fighting every single day.
When my husband and I got the EHCP, our son continued at his mainstream school. But then we had problems getting all of the support we'd been promised.
We have had an EHCP in place for a good couple of years. I have to say the school are really brilliant, and they are supporting our son in the best way they can. But on paper, what is written on my son's EHCP is not fully being delivered at school. And I don't blame school for that. I know it's about funding. I know it's about lack of resources. And I've had to really ask myself, do I want to fight this? Do I feel like I need to fight this? And actually, right now, my son is really happy. He goes to school happy, and that is more important to me, actually, than what is written on that piece of paper. And I never thought I'd say that.
Suddenly, there's this email, and yeah, we're giving him the EHCP and we'll be in touch.
Tunde's also got a draft EHCP, but it's not clear where Buddy's going to school. His mum wants Southwark Council, which has a SEND deficit of more than £5 million, to pay for a place at an independently run school that works with children who struggle in the mainstream. It teaches some subjects in the community and has arts and music facilities.
We've looked around the school, they've told him everything that happens there, he's very excited. They've got like a recording studio, and I think he can put his music on Spotify there. So that'd be fantastic. They have offered him a place to start on the 1st of September. That was just like such a relief. I think I might have cried, and I don't often cry.
Tunde says she's been told by one person at the council that Buddy can go to the school. But another person's told her that might not be possible.
Then I had a video meeting with the lady from the EHCP department. She's like, well, I don't think we can put that on. But I was like, well, he's already got a place there. They are pissing me right off. Like, communicate, do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to just put a lid on how freaking livid I am.
Southwark Council says it takes Tunde's concerns very seriously and will continue to support her family to ensure they receive the provision they need without further delay. It says it knows how hard it can be for families to navigate the system and how distressing delays in securing support can be. It says it's invested in a specialist information and advice team and now ensures children are assessed by specialist teachers at the earliest stage.
So you would have the option of mediation or appeal.
We've been working with Jess, who is our advocate, our SEN advocate.
Vicky and Lee have called in backup in their fight against their council. They're planning again to go to tribunal because the EHCP will send Caris back to the school where she had a burnout.
Jess helps us at every stage of the EHCP. She's an expert. She knows the law, and also she knows what should be happening.
Having a SEND advocate can be an advantage, but it's expensive. Jess charges £80 an hour. Vicky and Lee say they've had to ask their family to help pay the fees.
My experience of the system is you've either got to be an expert in SEN law, or you've got to have money behind you to be able to navigate the system. It's a bit sad that it comes down to if you've got the money, you've got options. It's not right. It's not fair. But I think the problem is the system isn't right and the system isn't fair.
For people like me who perhaps live on a boat and don't have a lot of disposable income, we're missing out. And it's always the same people who are going to be missing out and who are going to be falling through the cracks. But I also understand why people, if they did have the money, would absolutely do it.
The government has declined to rule out scrapping the system of education, health and care plans, known as EHCPs, which are legally binding.
Parents of children with special educational needs and disabilities, SEND, are heading to Westminster. They're taking part in the rally at Parliament Square.
This rally is really not the kind of thing I'd normally go to, but what they're saying is their SEND reform has been vague. It's been a bit scary.
We have a once-in-a-generation chance to change children's lives for the better, and it will only happen if we all act. This is not going to be easy.
While the families in this film have been applying for extra support, the government's been working on reforms that could affect the future of EHCPs. Wales has recently modified its system, Northern Ireland's about to start making its own changes, and Scotland is considering reviews.
Why are you here? I would just really like the people in charge to listen to us as the people who know what the experience on the ground is like with our children, and I don't want changes to be made that don't actually work for us as parents.
There's really just so many people who don't have a voice. So I think this is a really great opportunity today to make everybody aware that, you know, we're here, we are struggling, but we're not backing down.
This isn't the first time change has been proposed. The Conservative government started making changes 2 years ago before it lost the election.
We were not too far from Parliament last week for the SEND rally for this film. And today we are heading to the Department for Education. Georgia Gould, who is the Minister for Schools and SEND, has agreed to be interviewed. I know lots of people would love to be in my position, and I don't want to mess it up. I'm going to go straight to it.
Sure.
What's going to happen to EHCPs?
I can't give you all the details of all the different reforms we're doing because we've got a process that we're really working on with families and we want to honour that. But what I can tell you is that we are really, really dedicated to supporting children early, to making sure there's accountability in the system.
The families that already have their EHCPs, will those EHCPs still be honoured?
Within the reforms, we're not taking support away from families. We're wanting to put more support in earlier where people have fought for support, and that's in place. We want to make sure that that support continues.
I think a lot of parents that I've met recently have really high anxiety around what's coming.
I'm really determined that we work with parents to build that system. Of course, there needs to be a legal basis to that support, but I think...
So there will be a legal basis to that support. There will still be something that parents can hold on to.
So there has to be a legal basis for parents to get support for special educational needs. I think what we really want to work with parents to get right is where does that accountability happen? How can we get support in at the earliest possible point rather than having to battle?
The government says it's invested £1 billion to help councils pay for EHCPs and £700 million on new SEND school places. It wants comprehensives and academies to provide more support. So what might that look like?
Morning, Riley.
12-year-old Riley is a student at the Marvell College on the outskirts of Hull.
So how are things going in school at the moment since we last had a chat?
Not too bad, just improving actually.
Excellent.
Riley's autistic. Today he's having his regular catch-up with his SEND champion, Miss Puckering.
How are you feeling about transitioning into Year 8?
Meh.
You feel okay?
Yeah. Okay, nothing more.
Okay, nothing more. Is there anything that we can do to help you with getting your new timetable?
No.
For September?
No.
Every teacher here gets some special training and mentors 2 students like Riley. The school says it's all about putting SEND students at its heart.
Should I address you as Mr. Matthews or Damien? It's my first thing I'm going to say.
I don't mind.
You don't mind?
Damien, I prefer.
Well, Damien's your name, so let's go with that.
Yeah, OK, no problem.
I'd like you to tell me why you have approached SEND the way you have here.
Those children were not succeeding in our school, so we had to do something different. I also felt that the staff, there was almost a fear factor, Kelly, of teaching children with SEND because People were scared of doing the wrong thing, of not helping the child as much as they wanted to.
So tell me what impacts you have seen it make across the school.
Attendance in our school has gone up 2% this year, but for pupils with SEND, attendance is up 4%. Suspensions are down in our school by 48% this year, but suspensions for pupils with SEND are down 60%. We make it our business to know our children, to know them really, really well.
Riley.
Yes, sir.
Riley used to be taught many of his subjects in separate SEND classes.
What I want us to do first of all is go look at 4 key words that have come up in today's lesson. They are...
Now the school's built his confidence and social skills, he's doing more lessons with everyone else.
Riley, you had a good definition of rebellion. From tell us.
Say you've got a country,
Yep.
and some people are against the country. So they choose to fight the country in a war and make their own country. You get fidget toys for when you're stressed and you're like struggling in class. And you also get a timeout. Timeout is for when you're struggling in a lesson and you need just 2 minutes out.
Do you think that makes a big difference to you wanting to come to school?
Yeah.
The things that you have here, why do you think that's not the norm?
I think it's hard for some head teachers to be brave. I think lots of schools now are getting more children with more complex backgrounds, whether that's SEND or other vulnerabilities. The more of these pupils that you take, the worse you do in attendance, attainment, suspensions, exclusions. That's really, really hard if you're a school leader and you're trying to protect your school. My view is very much that children with SEND, if you make them part of your community, they'll flourish, they'll be successful, and you're setting them up for life after school, and that's so important.
September, and a new school term.
Have you deodorised your pits?
Yeah.
Well done. Only a mum can say that to their son. I say the same thing. It's like, you've got deodorant on.
Today, Buddy's getting ready, but not for school.
What am I doing?
Where are you off to today? What are you getting ready for this morning?
Tuition in the library once more, of course.
Tuition in the library?
Yep.
His EHCP hasn't been finalised. In the meantime, the independent school's taken over teaching him in the library. But Tunde's now not sure the school will be able to deliver what she thinks Buddy needs.
It turns out that he's not with other kids. It's still mainly just one-to-one tuition in the library, English, maths, science, and then he does a day of music where he goes to a different site. And there's only one other kid in the music group.
Do you feel like you're going backwards?
I think so, yeah.
Backwards.
I think definitely. And he's not getting the socialisation either.
Southwark Council says it's open to reviewing the situation when parents are concerned about education placements.
Right, let's go.
We were all prepared for September and, right, you're going to school now. And he's still not at school. He's still having one-to-one. And I think this preparing to be around other kids and then still just being one-to-one with adults has really knocked him back and made him not want to go to school. Hug? Hug?
Yeah.
Oh, I really wanted a buddy hug.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I'm just trying to stay afloat, really, but it is getting increasingly harder to remain positive and to remain hopeful. Still isn't out of school. He still doesn't have that social network that I was hoping that he would develop. It just feels terrible. It feels like I'm letting him down.
Need to check what lessons you've got.
I've already checked that.
And you need your PE kit this morning.
Oh, I've got it.
Okay, Zoe, shall we do your hair?
Hello. Good morning.
Morning, sweetheart.
In Scarborough, Caris can only watch as her brother and sister go to school.
Have a great day, won't you? How you going, sweetheart?
So you're home educating her?
It sounds like a lot on you two.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. We have really had to, over the last few months, rearrange our whole lives because we've got our daughter at home.
Lee and Vicky will keep teaching her until the outcome of their tribunal next year. They found Caris is happiest when she's outside, especially at some local stables.
Come on in.
They'd like the council to pay for an alternative education that isn't based in the classroom.
We are looking for an education other than at school package, which will involve some maybe one-to-one tutoring, hopefully some therapeutic input, so animal therapy. It will have to be a bespoke package for Caris.
How is my fingers like that? When you're around horses, what do you get? Mucky.
How has going through this whole process changed you as people?
I think it's probably made us more determined because you're so used to battling and advocating for your child. It is a battle. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be this hard.
It's a story I've heard again and again while making this film. Parents who feel like they're fighting for the right education for their child. But it's clear that for every parent fighting, there's a council counting the cost. Before I go back to my own family, I've got one last school morning.
We are back at Etta's house. It's the first day back at school, so we're here to see how she gets on. You look great, Etta.
Heather's waiting for Etta's EHCP to be finalised.
I really hoped that we would have a final document, and I know that there were going to be more things in place today that would make everything a lot easier for her.
Having now gone through the EHCP process, how has that changed you as a person?
It felt like I have been pushing really hard to get things in place that actually I now feel a bit broken by it all.
Today, Heather has a win. Etta makes it into school before 9 a.m.
I mean, hats off to her. I'm really pleased she's gone in happy, and I'm really pleased she's excited about her day and feeling good. Yay! Well done, Mummy! Did it. Yeah, brilliant start, right?
Yeah, really, really positive. Such a relief. I can relax more. A positive start will set us up better for the next few weeks and the year generally.
It can be hard enough for parents at times. Never mind having to fight for what they believe is the right education for their child. All eyes are now on the government to see if its reforms can relieve the pressure on so many families.